I'm George Mariner Mole, Artistic Director of the Discovery Orchestra, and we're continuing our two-part look into Movement 3, Juba Dance, from the Symphony No. 1 by American composer Florence Price. Just before concluding Part 1, we established that when the opening section, A, is initially presented, it is immediately repeated, but not identically. Here's No. 1 in the listening guide again. Now, look at No. 3 and No. 4 in the guide. There are two things to notice and determine at this point. What instruments play section B, and when B repeats, is it an identical repeat? I recognize that those of you who can read musical notation have an advantage in answering the second question. Have a listen. So, what do you think? Even though they are playing relatively softly, two trumpets are playing the B idea. And what about the repeat question? This is really subtle. But the first time the trumpets play the rhythm, but the second time they play, listen to numbers 3 and 4 again. Moving right along, look at numbers 5 and 6 as you listen and fill in the blanks. I know. In traditional rondo form, wasn't A supposed to come back before we went to section C? Yes, but give Florence Price a break here. She's intentionally delaying the return of A. Now, let's fill in those blanks at numbers 5 and 6 in the guide. C is played by the violins, and the unusual instrument or timbre used there is the slide whistle. A bit of levity here from the composer. But C repeats at number 6 without the slide whistle. Okay, what do we think we will have next? I can hear you all the way here in my home in New Jersey. The A idea should be returning, like some old friend who always stops by to visit. Let's listen to numbers 7 and 8. At number 7, as expected, A makes a comeback, now played by oboes and clarinets instead of the violins, who played it the first time we encountered it. And when A repeats at 8, it's being played by the cellos. However, there are unexpected subtleties in both 7 and 8. When the oboes and clarinets play A at number 7, the violins add this delicious little comment near the end. Listen to it once more. Now listen to the oboes and clarinets play A again, and see if you also notice that violin comment at the tail end. It should be becoming apparent to us that Florence Price does not necessarily want to just hit us over the head with unexpected changes she makes in her music. Rather, she beckons our undivided attention, that is, to be truly listening to and not just hearing the music, so that we notice the smallest details. She paints her musical canvases with a very delicate brush. The same is true when the cellos take up A at number 8. She combines A with B at the same time. The trumpets are playing this. Listen to both the cellos playing A and the trumpets playing B simultaneously at number 8. We're going to skip number 9 since you can see what's happening there, although you will again find little changes between the first and second recurrence of B at number 9. At number 10, we have another new idea, D. Listen to it on the piano once, and then see if you can tell which instruments in the orchestra play it. Here's the orchestra. Any guesses? It's the French horns who play D at number 10, and D repeats with a little twist at the end. Here's that funny little turn of events at the end of number 11 on the piano. Now see if you can notice and enjoy that little business at the end of D's repeat at number 11. At number 12, the rhythm there is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, which is the rhythm of A, B, C, or D. Those are the choices. And the answer is B. But the woodwinds are playing different pitches in a different key. At number 13, what section returns? Yes, it's D, but it does end abruptly before number 14. It's time for more humor. Which instrument comments on the violins at number 14? Yeah, it's the trombones. Now, we can see at number 15 that A comes back, as we would be expecting in rondo form. But something is different about the repeat at number 16. See if you can tell what it is. Much more of the orchestra joins in, and it's much louder. Fill in the blank at number 17 as the full orchestra plays, well, you tell me, for the first time. Yes, for the first time, the full orchestra played B. And now a harmonic surprise and the cymbals tell us that we are approaching the end. It's time for the coda, or extra ending. When we start the music, we'll begin before number 18 so that you can enjoy that harmonic surprise as well as the cymbal crash. But I'd like you to count how many times each of these rhythmic patterns is played when we get to number 18. The first is the rhythm of D, da-da-da-da. Say it after me. No one's watching you. I'll say it, then you say it. Da-da-da-da. Good. Now, listen to this rhythmic pattern. It's a little different. Da-da-da-da-da. Listen again. Da-da-da-da-da. Now, I'll say it, then you say it. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Now, count how many times each pattern is played at number 18. How'd you do? Okay, I'll start the music right on the first rhythmic pattern. Did you find 4 of each? Da 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 and da 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 da. At number 19, we get the full orchestra again, and in a wonderful, jubilant moment. And just before Florence Price ends her Juba dance, she has the trombones and then the tuba play da 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 da. And then the blank plays. Listen. It's an idea that repeats higher and higher, and a solo moment for the clarinets. Well, after this deep dive, I'm sure you're as ready as I am to listen to the entire Juba Dance, the third movement of the First Symphony by Florence Price, straight through. We hope you enjoy Florence Price's subtle musical gestures as you listen this time. Follow the listening guide on screen as we listen to this performance by the Fort Smith Symphony, conducted by John Jeter, courtesy of Naxos of America, Incorporated. This is George Mariner Mole for the Discovery Orchestra, reminding you to listen better.